Come on. We will win. Because we will hit all game. We are motivated. We are dedicated. Come on now. Come on now. We will win. Because we are the best on the field. And we hit the field like all day light, all night light, on the blue light, offense light, defense light, his squad light, house call light, and the sound light, and the sound light, and the sound light.
Yeah.
It's official. It's official. It's official.
Combine season is upon us.
I'ma do this here forever. Forever.
Try it.
Forever. Forever. I'ma do this here forever.
Manning throws. It is deflected and intercepted. Jimmy Smith has it. He's going in for a touchdown.
All you haters better be coming. This is the day you've been waiting on.
Now, we have a pretty fun topic to talk about right now, and that's New York Giants owner John Mara said Sunday that the long-term effect of concussions on player and the link between football and the brain disease known as CTE represents the most serious issues confronting NFL owners at the league meetings, end quote. And I don't know, I don't think anything else comes close, end quote. So, as people are already looking at the screen here on YouTube and by the title, so how can teams help reduce that? Now, Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys owner, he said that's absurd that there's a link. Not really. It's pretty damn not absurd. It's just, it is what it is. So how can teams, again, help reduce taking away or, reducing the concussions and multiple big injuries? Well, it's long been assumed that the NFL one day will take away kickoffs. They've slowly been doing it. There's already a proposal that owners will approve that to move the touchback to the 25-yard line for 2016. The vote is expected here this week. And then we also, which it might already happen actually, but we've seen how they moved the kickoff where the ball is actually kicked to the 35-yard line. They moved it up so that way it increased more touchbacks and less risk. So what is the point of a kickoff? Let's go through a little bit of stats here. And before people go crazy and say, oh, you're trying to mess up the game. You're just one of them. Look, I understand. I don't want to take away anything from the game, but we also got to, keep it a little bit safer so that way we can still watch real football. Look, I'm not a fan of the big, the flags on the defensive hits and, how are defensive players supposed to tackle. They don't want them going up high because they're worried about the neck and the head. But you can't go too low because you don't want to take out someone's legs. You don't want to say, hey, I didn't give you a concussion, but you can no longer walk for the rest of your life because something with your leg, multiple leg hits. That's not something. Everybody wants to be able to, when they get older, to be able to throw and play catch with their son or daughter, or be able to run around, be able to push them on the swing set, whatever it is, standing up and also with a clear head. That's common sense. So what are ways the NFL can take away some of these things and help reduce the fact? They can't take away the brain disease CTE and they can't, end concussions, but it can help. So here are a few stats. Stick with me. I already see the comment section just saying a whole lot of no, they shouldn't take away kickoffs, but stay with me here. Injuries on kickoff returns rose last season. The competition committee co-chairman and Atlanta Falcons president Rich McKay confirmed though the precise nature and number of those injuries, and the number of those injuries were not available. Committee member Mark Murphy, who is also the Green Bay Packers president and CEO, said, quote, when we look at the film and we look at particularly the concussions that were sustained, the kickoff just stands out. It's a very dangerous play. We've been successful, I think, with some of the changes increasing the number of touchbacks, but moving it to the 25-yard line should help us have even fewer returns. Less teams, why take the risk? You're going to have to average basically 26 yards per return to make it successful for you returning that ball. And while that might not seem a lot, there was only one player who had over 30 yards and only, I think, I didn't keep it on here, and only less than a handful had over 24 yards, 20.4 something. That's something that doesn't even matter. 20.4 something. So there, you just risked a potential turnover. You risked not only yourself, but someone tackling you or someone on the other side of the field getting hurt. Because and you didn't do it because you didn't even get to the 25. And if you got to the 25, was it worth it? Now, again, people say, you're taking out the exciting play because of the kickoff returns, the punt returns. But from a safety standpoint, it's a huge concern. Quote, we understand that it's a part of we understand that it's been a historical part of the game, and nobody wants to mess with the history part of the game unless it needs to be. It's one we continue to look at. We looked at all the injury data this year from it. We looked at all the plays. We still like the play, and we think we still need to keep working at it. Now, again, before you start going crazy, here are some of the stats that might potentially change your mind or at least make you think of different ways and how the kickoff can be changed or being taken away from. The percentage of return kickoffs have dropped from 80.1% to 41.1%, near basically half have been taken away, while touchbacks have jumped from 16.4% of all kickoffs to 56% in 2015. And last season, the NFL had 390 more touchbacks than kickoff returns alone. That's something right there. That should just say, all right, nobody's even returning anyways. All you are getting right now, for the people that say we should keep kickoffs, all you're getting is a whole bunch more commercials. That's it. Because we already see it. After the team scores, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, they take a commercial break, they come back for the kickoff, then we get another 5-6 commercials. How about after they do the field goal, after they get a touchdown, you get your commercial, boom, team starts at the 20, 25-yard line, and we're good to go. And I know what you're saying, well, it takes away some of the players like Devin Hester we would have never had if the kickoffs weren't there. It's true. Devin Hester wasn't exactly a Hall of Fame receiver. Actually, he wasn't at all. And wasn't the best receiver. Just probably an average receiver. Sorry, no offense. But he was a Hall of Fame kick returner. So in taking that away, you take away another player that might beat Devin Hester's records that could be out there right now in the league, or could be 5 years old right now that could break it when he gets older. It is true, and it sucks, but if half the percent in 1 year has already dropped, and we've had 390 more touchbacks than just somebody returning one, is it really worth even having it? Is it really worth? Because all a player does, especially once this proposal gets approved to the 25-yard line, that means you have to at least return it to the 25. If you get to 20, people are going to be like, why didn't you just kneel it? Why didn't you just let it out? We would have got 5 more yards. And I know you think, well, it's just 5. Again, if every inch counts, every yard counts in this game. So that's what I think. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you believe kickoffs should still be in football as well as punts? We can just throw that in there because that's another safety thing that we should talk about. The player's head is looking all the way up, not even looking at the field until the last second, and sometimes pow. I know it's fun to watch the big kids highlights on YouTube and commenting on there, what the NFL used to be like and all this other nonsense. I understand. I love watching the big hits, but as someone who likes watching football, as someone who's watched it, as someone who has played it, someone who wants their kids to play it, safer it is, the better it is. Understand the risks that go into it. You understand when you're driving the risk that goes into driving as well, but you still drive. It's football. You understand there's going to be a big hit. You're most likely going to get hit, or a big hit happen to you. I understand, but I'm just saying, if we can make it a little bit safer and take something else, take away commercials a little bit, and also take away something that all we're watching is the ball getting kicked in the air and off to the end zone, and no one's doing anything, and then we get a commercial. Trust me, I would love to take that away. But I understand, what if your team needs it and has to return a kickoff all the way, and you don't want to risk your team going out there at the 25-yard line, only 3 seconds left, and they got to bomb it. On a kickoff, anything can happen. I understand. It's just different ways. What are ways we can fix it? What are ways? That's why they said. That's why McKay said, "quote." And I think we still need to keep working at it. It's just something we got to keep working at. Make the game a little bit safer for everybody, and see what we can do. But let me know in the comment section down below. And people on the show, we're gonna continue here.